Hello, this is Shan Chandrasekhar welcoming you to another delightful part of our programming. We have a very distinguished guest in the program here with us today. To pay a tribute to 100 years of Indian cinema, we actually are paying a tribute to her. Her contribution has been simply outstanding in the Indian film industry and of course in the Hollywood film industry. Now, she was former Femina Miss India, and in addition to that, she's walked the ramps. She's been in over 250 fashion shows. She's acted in over 20 Hindi films, in about a dozen other regional language films, and an outstanding actress, and one of the prettiest women of India, none other than your favorite, Pooja Batra. Pooja, what a pleasure to have you. Welcome.
Pleasure's mine. Thank you so much.
Welcome to ATN, and we are very delighted to have you in the studio with us today.
Thank you. I'm so delighted to be here, and thank you so much for having me here.
It's a pleasure. Pooja, you've also made a great inroad now into the popular Punjabi film industry.
Yes.
So tell us about this exciting new venture of yours.
Yes. So, Shan, my new movie is called Killer Punjabi. And I was like, hey, I'm Punjabi. I got to do a Punjabi film, you know. And this is my first Punjabi film that I've tried. And it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of hard work, a great storyline. I play a nurse, falls in love with a hitman. And then she realizes she's so madly in love, and he turns out to be a hitman. And here she's saving lives, and this guy's actually killing people, you know. She gives him an ultimatum to leave the job and start afresh, but he does not really seem very, because I think he has some kind of a tie with his main people who gives him the bounty. He can't leave. And so I move on in life. I go ahead and get married. And then what happens after that is pretty much Killer Punjabi.
My wife, Miss Punjab.
इस ब्याह वास्ते बड़े selfish reason ਲਈ राजी हुई सी. Freedom. I just want to be free.
आज बहुत सोहनी लगती है.
$5 lakh with cash. जो काम तू मेरे लिए करता है, तेरे सिवा और कोई नहीं कर सकता. मैंने अपना फर्ज निभाना चाहिए.
ये हो सके तो मैंने माफ करी. मैं अपने कीते वादे ता मजबूर हां.
Biggest of movie stars, whether it is Amitabh Bachchan, Shah Rukh Khan, Aishwarya Rai, most of these stars have started doing commercials. Many years ago, movie stars were not doing commercials, but now they are. You have done some very successful ones. You were the first to do the Head and Shoulders shampoo commercial in the history of India as a youngster.
Yeah.
And then you've done soap commercials, you've done a few other fashion products especially.
Yeah.
So tell us about your involvement in that industry.
Good money. Advertisements are great because they run every day.
Right.
You get to do commercials only when you're popular.
Right.
Do the brands reach out to you?
Right.
So it's sort of like a it's a game.
Absolutely. You and Virat Kohli can now do anything in India.
Right. Yeah, more him. But Little came around right after Miss India. So did Parag, saris. It was a sari campaign.
Parag, saris and dress materials.
I moved to America. I did GMC Acadia, the car commercial.
Wow.
I did Dr. Pepper. I did Lean Pockets.
Lean pocket sandwiches come in pairs. One for me
And one for me.
Full of white meat, chicken.
Protein and pretzel bread. The hot combination. My pocket!
So commercials are it's a good rolling. It keeps you sort of trendy and in sort of with the happening crowd.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I discovered that, not only are you a popular and good movie star, great actress, but you're also a very vibrant television host.
Oh.
I've seen you in a couple of shows where you've done some lifestyle programming. I liked your intro, your favorite in Goa. When you visited Goa, you stayed in a 5-star hotel.
Oh, yeah.
And you were playing an endorsement to the city of Goa.
Yes.
And there was a nice experience for you. So tell us about that.
Oh yeah, that was I think the Grand Hyatt Goa.
Right.
And that's a fabulous property.
Right.
It's in a cove.
Yes.
If I remember, and it's very it's very old Portuguese. The structure, the architecture, and it's very interesting because I haven't seen that architectural design in India. And my friend Deepti Bhatnagar, she does a lot of webisodes and she does a lot of TV shows. She did a travel show. She was like, I want you to come to Goa and I want you to be in this. And I'm always ready because she's almost like a sister. So I did that sort of for her. And the owner of the hotel is a friend. Yeah.
Well, I now believe that physical fitness is very important for you because, you love the outdoors, but at the same time, you want to keep physically fit. And here's a classic example. You're quite a swimmer. I want you to watch this.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Well, you had a very interesting tip for people, how to look your best in just 5 minutes.
Oh my gosh, you found that?
That was very interesting, so tell us about that.
Oh, this was a style show that I kind of, conceptualized, and I thought, I could tell people about the health benefits of little things like getting up in the morning and eating an apple, for instance, as opposed to, or getting up in the morning and having half a lime and water as the first thing can reduce blah, blah, and so many other things. Like eating an apple can get rid of your mouth smell and everything, just things like that, and also good for your heart. So I wanted to let people know in a fun way tips on their health, their style, and sort of like their fitness.
That's great.
So I came up with this show called Styleaholics. I'm going to tell you how to look your best in 5 minutes. So here you go. Number 1, get the right concealer. Fill in your under eyes. Cover your dark circles. Cover your under eye. Blend it in. Fill in your brows. Make sure there are no gaps. Make it look like an arc. Get an eyelash curler. Curl your lashes so that your eyes look brighter, bigger. And then put mascara. Get a pink blush to make it look rosy and healthy. And a light pink lip gloss.
Terrific variety, and you also had some celebrities on that.
Yeah.
You did a nice interview, and I saw a little preview of that with Akshay Kumar.
Yeah.
So tell us, what is Akshay like?
Akshay is a very hardworking, very dedicated professional actor.
Right.
And I've known Akshay for a while now. And so when I did this interview with him, he was fun. He was so excited to show what all he does. He does parkour, and then he does this. So he wanted to show, I do this also and that also.
Style of fashion to me is what I wear.
Right, yeah.
I'm comfortable. At the moment, I know you're going to talk about style. I'm in my track pant. I'm in my t-shirt.
Which you're comfortable in.
I'm very comfortable with it.
Are you wearing this inside out? Yeah. So that's your style?
No, I'm not wearing it inside
Yes,
out.
you are.
You are? Actually, I just finished my parkour and I just came.
Yeah, I want to know about a little bit more about parkour. What is parkour? It's your form of exercise.
Yeah, parkour is from going to point A to point B, but there are a lot of hurdles in between and how fast you can go.
What I love about doing interviews is you let people talk, and they wanna tell everything. They're like almost bubbling. I'll tell you this, and I'll tell you that, and you know what, and this, and I have a cap.
Oh, that's wonderful. You know, you also did a lovely segment with Mallika Sherawat.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah.
And it looks like she had a great sort of rapport with each other. So tell us about that.
She's also partly in LA. And so I asked her, and she was sweet enough to do the interview. She didn't say, "Oh, not now and next time." She was very sporting about it, and she did the interview. I really like her, and I told her such. I really liked her dress sense off late, and that's what I told her even in the interview, and she took it in a very sporting way. She's like, "Off late, huh?"
I've always seen you dress really well off late. Do you have a specific designer in mind that you go to that designer, or you just...
Why do you say off late? It's true. I guess as you do more movies and as you have more exposure, you evolve in your sense of style. Before that, when I was doing only Bollywood films, so the sense of styling was very, very Bollywood-centric, very Indian-centric, but going to the Cannes Film Festival, Toronto Film Festival, and having this international exposure exposes you to all these international designers, which kind of add all that pizzazz to your wardrobe.
So, style, I think, I can tell if somebody has styled themselves or has just gone to the wardrobe and picked up a Armani. Even if you've picked up a name designer, I can tell if it's still not styled. Style is more than just wearing a dress.
You know, I'm sure there's a lot of people who are watching this program. If they can look like you after listening to you for 5 minutes, I think you'll have a hell of a lot of audience.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
There's more to come on the program with this delightful young lady. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. There was an interesting, segment where you were spontaneously interviewed in one of the big, awards night in Los Angeles,
right?
Where you were talking about dancing in the Las Vegas Strip.
Oh yes.
Oh my goodness, we danced on the Strip. We danced.
Did you guys close down the Strip?
We literally did, and we had everybody come up to us and say, "Can we be in it?"
Tell us about that particular incident there. What was that particular shooting about?
Oh yes. Sean, that's for 2 movies I shot in Vegas on the Strip. ABCD 2. I didn't do a dance in it, so obviously it's the other movie which comes back to the Punjabi movie, Killer Punjabi.
Oh, I see.
And I want you to play the song, which I really, really like. It's called Chak De Fatte, Punjabiyan De Naal. And we did the song in one day. The filming of the whole song in one day on the Strip.
Wow.
The new and the old.
Right.
All I can say is that the song was so catchy. Everybody loved the cadence and the beat, that even walkers walking by were like, "What is this song?" And they would start dancing, and they would like, can you put us also in the Bollywood movie you're doing? And so they would just start dancing on the beat.
That is fantastic.
Yeah. Chak de fatte Punjabiyan de naal, chak de fatte.
You can sing well.
Punjabiyan de naal. I can.
was it like to work with a great guy like Anil Kapoor,
Yeah.
who's now, of course, been discovered in a bigger way after Slumdog Millionaire in the Western world?
Yeah.
And you keep in touch with him because you met him recently in Los Angeles as well. You were both seen in an award ceremony together as well.
Yeah.
So tell me about your relationship with Anil and working with Anil Kapoor.
I've always liked Anil as an actor. Even when I was not in acting, I thought that he's a great performer. He's a very disciplined actor. I have learned so much acting with him. I remember when I had a scene in Virasat, which was the scene of my movie, where he was like, go to that room, sit there and start crying. And don't talk to anybody, no laughing, no nothing. Go and sit in that room and just sit there. And I was like, जैसे पूरी class लग रही होती है ना.
You know I love you, right? You know it. तुम भी मुझसे प्यार करते थे ना? ये पहले से इसे चाहते थे? फिर ऐसा क्यों किया तुमने? प्यार मुझसे हो शादी से? बोलो? तुम किससे प्यार करते हो? जवाब दो मुझे!
And he's very professional. You know, you know when you're doing a project with Anil, it's going to be quality because of his drive and his passion to his craft. So I respect that.
Wonderful. If you were to do it all over again and say you just won Miss India pageant now, would you select the film industry to be a movie star? Would you have done exactly the same what you did before?
You know, I mean, I've gone through ups and downs in my life, and I've gone through amazing highs and horrible lows like anybody else. And yeah, you wish that you didn't have, and you wish you could go back in time and change and undo a lot of, you know. But then again, it wouldn't be me today sitting here, it would be another me. And I think I'm a lot better today than I was maybe 3 days ago. I'm constantly improving as a person, and I hope that I grow, and it's all a learning process, I think.
When you're so creative, and especially as a movie star, you're on a pedestal from a public perspective, is there a much more sensitive side to you that, you know, that others don't know about, and that you really feel that sometimes you've got to cope with on your own?
Oh yeah, yeah. And every artist, I think, has that sensitive side. You have to almost have it in order to do the arts. You have to have like so many different sides hidden.
Yeah.
When I did Taj Mahal, the movie.
Oh yeah, you won the award for it, by the way.
When I did that movie, that character I loved. I never played a character like that.
क्या हम मुस्तकबिल के मलिकाए हिंद बन सकते हैं? यकीनन बन सकती हो, इसलिए कि तुम हमारे पहले शौहर शेर अफगन की बेटी हो, और तुम्हारा निकाह शहंशाह जहांगीर के बेटे वली अहद सल्तनत शहजादा खुर्रम के साथ मुमकिन और जायज भी है.
I did not have to go in and bring out all the hidden dark corners from myself. I had to portray the queen. I had to portray the strong woman. So I had to shove basically all the other, you know, weaknesses and show that I had no weakness.
Yeah.
That was a very interesting character for me to put on, you know?
Yeah.
Because everybody has weaknesses.
Yeah.
But Noor Jahan didn't.
Oh, that's wonderful. Let's come to the charitable side of your life, okay? You've been so sensitive. You've really helped many good causes, you know, especially AIDS research, homeless children. I think, you know, you've done some for the Policemen's Welfare Fund.
Yeah.
You've gone beyond the call of duty and you've tried to be involved in this. So tell us about this aspect of your life.
Most of the people, after they have reached some sort of famous sort of zone, they get called in to do some kind of charity.
Yeah.
So I did the police for the police force. I've always strongly done for the army officers because of my background.
Yeah.
I feel very strongly about some causes, like the animals. I feel very strongly about recycling and banning plastic, planting trees, like saving the planet. These are things that I hurt when I see animals being killed unnecessarily, and also children.
Right.
Because we come from a country which unfortunately cannot provide the basic necessities to a lot of children, and which I think is like, oh my gosh, what is their future going to be if they don't even study? Where are they going to go from here? So I think even if you talk about it, if you lend some time, even if like one person gets up and says, I believe I want to give $50 or $100 or anything, you know, and hopefully it reaches the right place. That would be worth it.
Yeah, our congratulations to you. You have raised, substantial funds, I've noticed in the past.
Yeah.
And, and especially I was very touched when I saw you even risked, that it wasn't just saying, but you actually, you put it in action. The ice buckets, when I saw the children pouring buckets of ice water on your head, that was really quite something. Because you being such a popular movie star, you were setting up sort of an example for the rest of your fraternity.
Right.
So tell me about that particular incident. What motivated you to do that? Because it was quite risky as well.
So a friend of mine nominated me, and this is way back when being nominated for the Ice Bucket Contest challenge was sort of a fad on social media. So this one friend of mine, he's an actor friend, he nominated me, and what one has to do is that within 3 days you have to take the challenge. And I was shooting at the time. I think I was shooting in Canada, and it was cold. And I was like, today's the third day, I gotta do it, otherwise it's gone, the challenge. And it's something you have to do internally. It's like nobody's keeping a tab on you, So I gather my hero's nieces. There were 3 of them. One couldn't pick up a bucket, so there were 3 little girls with 3 little buckets of ice water. And we timed it together. I think one girl was taping it. So it was all done by kids. So
wow.
It was fun.
Again, our congratulations on your taking these, great community initiatives.
Thanks.
And being sensitive to the needs of the community.
Thank you.
It's been an absolute pleasure having you in the program with us. May God bless you. Convey our regards to your family, your parents.
Thank
you. And we wish you all the best. And I know we'll hear great things in the coming years about you. And whatever you do, I'm sure you'll come out in flying colors.
Thank you. And I've never had an in-depth interview. I think it's superb because this sort of setup is not there in America. So that there you have a winner, you have a studio. So that's not a problem at all. So that's why no channel can do that in India. And so something like that, if you start in the US, would be fantastic.
Well, maybe we'll work together. Maybe
I would
we'll
love to. Thank you so much.
Such a pleasure having you in the program with us.